Are you ready to begin your training? If so, just joking with you, but okay, if you're ready, let's go. In ancient Japan, there was a warrior class called the Sohei. Now they were not samurai, they were monks. They were warrior monks. Kind of like the Shaolin of China, the Japanese category was Sohei. And there was a very prominent alpha monk, really, Sohei, who lived in ancient times and used to run the monastery and be in charge of training the martial arts program in the monastery. And he used to love going into the wilderness, into the giant bamboo forest all by himself, and just go sit and be quiet and meditate for hours. You'd find a beautiful place close to a waterfall with the good energy coming off the waterfall, the giant bamboo. And maybe one day you and I will go to a secret bamboo forest that I know, with a giant waterfall, and we'll go meditate together. But until then, remember this. This is one of the most important stories for every student of life. As he was sitting there meditating, a very dangerous criminal showed up. Now, this criminal was renowned and was greatly feared throughout the entire region. The Sohei knew that this criminal roamed in that particular forest. And as he was sitting there just meditating, breathing down to below his navel, slowing his breath down, inhaling through his nose all the way down to his belly, and holding his breath for about 4 counts, and exhaling twice as slow as he inhaled. Begin to try that now as you listen. Inhale through your nose, that's right, just like that. Hold the breath for about 4 counts, and then exhale twice as slow as you inhaled, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. This dangerous criminal showed up, and this Sohei had very high situational awareness, although he was sitting here with his eyes virtually closed, just slightly open, looking down in a fixed position. Energetically, he became aware of this criminal as he approached, but he remained motionless. And this fierce criminal still had blood on his hands, drying on his hands from people he just killed. And he commanded, he said, "Sohei, give me any valuable possessions you have, now." Sohei took a long, deep inhale, just like this, filling his belly. He held it for 4 gentle internal counts without counting. You have an awareness how long that is, and you will develop that awareness. And then he exhaled twice as slow as he inhaled. He bowed his head gently, took his cup, and it was a very precious cup of porcelain that had been in this monastery for centuries, for safekeeping. They were very mindful and gentle people. And he handed him his only precious porcelain cup, bowed his head, and gave it to the criminal. The criminal looked at it and realized this is an ancient cup, maybe several hundred years old, and it'll be worth something if he sold it in the city to the collectors of art and antiquities. It's a great artifact. But he was not completely satisfied. He was hoping for something better, but he knew the monks do not have much. He must have realized that a monk have nothing else. And he was grumpy and he walked away, moaning and cursing, walked away without saying thank you. The monk was just internally saying, I bless you, you are welcome, peace be with you. Praying for this man's soul and for a better future for him. Wishing that he would get a high price for that cup in the city. Only wanting the best for this man, even though he just robbed him. But as the criminal walked away, the monk said, excuse me, sir, I have another gift for you. You see, he did not think of it as being robbed. He voluntarily gave it. He had martial arts skills where he could have beaten up this criminal, disarmed him, took him captive. But he believes all beings should be free, fed and loved. He operated from the embodiment of love. And as he called the criminal back, the criminal returned. He put his hand into his simple monk uniform and he pulled out a precious samurai knife. A knife that was hundreds of years old, fit for an emperor. This particular knife, this tanto, had ray skin. It had gold and pearls in the handle and emeralds. A very precious knife indeed. The blade was designed and made by the greatest knife maker in Japan. And the forging of a samurai knife and a samurai sword was a very spiritual process. This was indeed an artifact worth having, a legacy piece, hundreds of years old and truly valuable to collectors of such ancient artifacts. He gently handed it to the warrior, bowed his head, the criminal warrior really. Although he embodies the artifact, the archetype of the warrior, is a criminal, a common thief and a murderer. But he gave it to him with no attachment. That's the only possession he had, that cup and a knife, and then the clothes on his body. The criminal received the knife and looked at it and realized this is hundreds of years old, maybe even 1,000 years old, that this blade is absolutely a masterpiece. He looked at the handle with the ray skin and the pearls and the ruby and the gold and thought, wow, and the emeralds. He thought, wow, this must have belonged to an emperor or one of the greatest warriors in Japan ever. So these pieces came into the hands of the Sohei for safekeeping. And suddenly he dropped down to his knees and he gave it back. He said, no, I cannot take this. Please take this back. He put it down. He said, please take it back. He also offered the cup back. He said, please, here's your cup. Here's your knife. I do not want this. And so the Sohei asked, so what is it that you do want? The criminal took a deep breath and bursted out in tears. And he said, I want what you have. I do not want your possessions. Everybody is scared of me except you. I want the courage, the stillness of your heart, the peace in you. That is what I want for my life. Please, will you be my teacher? Please. You gave everything you have. I want the generosity, the kindness, the compassion, the empathy that you have. I know you are a dangerous warrior yourself. I know you could even kill me with that incredible knife. Yet you choose to spare my life. You choose to be kind and generous, to share freely what you have from a place of love. Teach me to be love. Teach me to love deeply. Teach me to live fully as a good person, and teach me to contribute greatly to society. My friend, my student, my teacher. If this is what you want, welcome to Tatara Dojo. Tatara is the forgery, the smelting house in which they took iron-rich sand from Japan, the finest iron-rich sand, and they put it into the fire to create steel for the samurai sword. The samurai sword had to go into the fire and into cold water, into the fire, into the cold water, and get hammered and folded thousands of times. That is the process. I will deny you comfort if you become my student. I will train you hard, but I will train you from a place of love, always from a place of love, so that you will become the great person that you wish to be, a full spectrum man or woman of great character who make a great contribution in this world. Are you ready? Welcome. Let us conduct ourselves the way the great Alexander said we should. Let's live in a way that all men will wish to be our friends and none will wish to be our enemies.